Hey, YouTube, what's going on? We're back for a little more before we take off for the evening. Got big plans tonight. It's race night. So, I got two shop cards that I couldn't get in the last video. The last video was way too damn long. So, I'm just doing a couple shop cards here, and we're gonna try and make this short, and we're gonna move forward. So, let's spin this around. There we go. First shop card from my buddy Justin at J Hart Model Works. If you freeze it, pull up your screen, you can see that he's on Instagram, TikTok, and his Gmail. His Gmail's down there. You can comment on all his videos. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer any kind of technical stuff if you want to know how he's doing stuff. This guy's an awesome builder. I mean, look at that Nova with the wide body kit on it. Total custom deal. And then you got this Chevelle that almost looks like it could be a factory stocker. I don't know what's under the hood. It might be all like stock. Great builder, great painter, great 3D designer. I know he's got files and stuff that that I think he publishes and sells on Cults 3D too. So if you're into the 3D printing game, you won't be disappointed with any of his work. He was very cool, put some kind words on the back for me there. Looks like I might have got that a little wet. It's gonna go on my wall. That's gonna be so cool to have that up on the wall. Thanks again, Justin, for communicating back and forth. Justin also told me he got mine. That's awesome, because I've had a couple of them that have gotten lost. I got to get another one sent out to my buddy Don at Don's Garage. So go over there, check out Justin's channel. You won't be disappointed. My next one here is from Woody Scale Model Garage. He also gave me this cool sticker. That's going to go on the bench. Got the business card here. I'm not going to show the bottom because I'm not going to give out phone numbers without permission and stuff. But if you want to talk to Dave, so this is his first name's Dave. But he does some buying, selling, trading with models as well. So watch his channel. If you have any other questions or concerns, or you got a bunch of kits you don't want, or you're looking for a specific kit, hit him up. Tell him I sent you. But first and foremost, go over there, check out his channel. Great builds. I mean, this thing here, every time I look at this car just, man, it just does it for me. I love the big white white walls on this thing, the deep wheels, it's low, the blue. Man, I can't wait to get these two cards on the wall. Love that car. Great job, Dave. I love your channel, love your builds. Thanks for the kind words. And we're going to get both of these cards on the wall. Both kick-ass builders. I mean, look at the work. Just look at that. That's some primo stuff right there. So, great job, Justin and Dave. Thanks for the cards. Greatly appreciate it. They're going to look awesome on my wall over there. I'm telling you, they're going to look just awesome. So, other thing. This book, I can't, again, yes, I know, I've talked about this book. This book is just one hell of a tool. One hell of a tool. You know, I'm getting ready for NNL North. That's my first big show. I'm thinking, man, I got to write down some information on each one of these cars so that I can fill out the cards in the morning, you know. And I'm thinking, well, what do you mean? That's already in here. It's already in this book. Terry Sr., aka Hobby Barn, that we lost a few months ago, he's the one that turned me on to this. I ordered this off Amazon, and from there I was then following this guy's YouTube channel as well. There's his name, Edgar Allan Cole. He's the One Team Garage gentleman on YouTube. Get this book. This book is a great tool. In fact, this thing will hold 100 builds. I'm going to order another one of these so that I have another book ready to go. I don't know that I'll ever get 100 builds done, but you never know. But I want to get another book just so that I have an extra book of more builds. I probably should get two more books. And give one to my son because he's starting to build, so that he can track all his stuff, and then I have a brand new one. So yeah, great book, great channel. Check out One Team Garage. You will not be disappointed. Edgar does some killer builds. He loves his Mopar stuff as well. So I definitely want to hook up with him, and when he does another like a Mopar / Street Outlaw type thing, I definitely want to try and collaborate with him and do some stuff for him and see what he comes up with. I have some ideas, so I definitely want to talk to him one-on-one and see what we can come up with. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Great for both of our channels. He gave me a great shout out today. Was not expecting that. My other video from the other week turned him on to the Black Widow airbrush from Spectrum. He did a great video on tutorial video on it, showing it being used, all the parts that come in the box, how he was gonna approach it, what cup he was gonna use. He went through all the needle caps, the needles. I mean, great job, Edgar, great job, and I'm definitely gonna forward that information forward. Awesome job. Thank you for the shout out. That means a lot that you watched my video and that it, you know, made you see that product and said, yeah, I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight or whatever you had to do if you mail ordered it from Harbor Freight. And I'm glad the information that was given to me that the price point was going to be in that $70 range, because I really didn't know. But as Edgar said in his video, that he paid like 69 bucks for that brush, so that's a great price for that brush. So another thing he touched on, and I get this quite a bit here and there, and it has came up in the lives where it was discussion, and a couple times it's been a little debate. I'm going to just tell you where I stand on the topic of air compressors, right? And I'm going to flip you around here, try not to get you dizzy, and we'll just kind of... So what I use is this guy, which is also another little Harbor Freight deal. I try to keep my modeling stuff very cheap and affordable out here. This type of compressor is roughly about $130, $140. Sometimes they go on sale, or they got coupon specials at Harbor Freight. This thing is very quiet. I get a little echo just because it's in this shelf like that, so you get a little reverb noise bouncing around. But you need to have a tank to have consistent air pressure and to not run out of air as well. Plus, when you have a tank, the water is going to settle to the bottom. Your outlet is up high, so you're less chances of your air pulling that water up. Now you still need to have a water catch here. So I have a water catch plus a manifold with 2 quick connects here, so that I can disconnect this thing and put the lines away if I'm not using it, whatever. Or if I want to run 2 brushes, I can get rid of this one here. This is what I blow the body off with before I set it in the booth. So I have the ability here to blow the body off, then set it in the booth to make sure there's no extra dust as I'm moving the body around. And then same thing with this. Now some guys take the airbrush and blow the body off. That's perfectly fine. I wanted a trigger, so that's what we did. But I'm monitoring 3 gauges here. So you have your tank pressure, you have your outlet port pressure, and then I'm reading manifold pressure right there. Now the reason I'm doing that is you're going to get some restriction in the hose, you're going to get restriction in the water separator and in your fittings and everything. So I wanted to know what the pressure was for the line itself going to the airbrush right here. So what I do when I set this is that I have the airbrush connected to the hose. I don't have it connected right now, but I basically pull the trigger and let it disperse all the air that it can possibly disperse, and I turn the knob down there and I set that regulator to what this manifold gauge here. I don't care about the one down there that's measuring the output port of the tank. I want to know the pressure that's at the manifold after my water separator that is going to be right at my line. So if I'm shooting for 30, then I'm going to have my gun wide open and setting that to where that thing says 30 at a flowing rate with air flowing out. That's how I do it. Now, somebody might say, well, that's getting a little too picky. Maybe. But for me, to keep consistency, that's what I do. So I'm just telling you what I do. Whether or not you choose to do it that way is your choice. But that has worked for me. And then when I go to 25, let's say I didn't like something with 30, or I went to a smaller needle. With a smaller needle, I'm not going to need the air pressure, so then I might go to 25. So I will do the same thing. I will put the new needle in there. I will open the gun wide open, and I will turn the knob, set that 25 at a flowing rate on my gauge here. To me, that is what I find to be the most consistent. Now, another thing that always comes up with tanks, people have, well, they hold all that water and it's more maintenance. It's really not more maintenance. All you got to do is, if your tank has the pit cock down here, open that up, let it drain, put it in a little cup, do it often, especially if you're running it in a hot area. When you're compressing air, the molecules are expanding, you're creating heat. That's what creates the moisture. So you're going to want to check that, drain it. It's very simple. If you get into a normal routine, it's not that big of a deal. I've had more issues with water from these hobby style ones that don't hold air because they're constantly running. The tank is not constantly running, so you're holding air, you're keeping air cooler. These are going to just keep getting hotter and hotter and hotter the longer you're spraying, and you're going to be building that heat up. You still have to have a regulator to adjust the pressure down, and you still need to have a water catch. I have regulators and water catches on the ones that do any kind of massive painting, and this older Dayton, which is more of an industrial airbrush tank, I just have a regulator on here because I would use this to just strictly blow dust or whatever. Now that I'm looking at like a sandblaster for plastic models, my buddy Mini Mike there, he's testing this sandblaster kit that's like a little airbrush. I will probably use this guy for that, and this way I can take this outside and just plug it in and run that little sandblaster off that and not have to move the tank one. So these are great for small detail t-shirt work, stuff like that. It's fine and dandy. To me, they can be a little annoying if we power it up. They're a little loud and chattery, and you know, no big deal. But they're great for certain things. For painting a body, I like having a tank. I like having that volume there to help get me across the finish line and know that I have consistent air. So people are gonna say, well, how loud is that? You can have this one in your house. Let's trip it. There you go. And you're getting a little bit of noise there because it's echoing underneath that shelf. If it was out in the open, it would be a little bit quieter. But it's very smooth, very quiet. So I know a lot of people don't want to tank one because a lot of people, their hobby benches are in their basements, so they don't want to make a bunch of racket in their houses. This particular compressor is very quiet. Again, this is another Harbor Freight deal. I don't know if I said that or not, but check it out, see what you think. It's relatively affordable. I think about $1.40. Don't quote me on that. I think that's roughly, what they go for. If you're buying booths or you're buying dehydrators and you're spending money on these great brushes, there's your Swallowtail, there's my Spectrums, there's some more galleries. If you're spending money, you need to have that money spent there too. If you want consistency, it's the whole package. So that's been helpful. I hope that answers some questions. We will get into some other details. The compressor thing is a very very popular question that I get, not only from some people that have been very cool to send some emails asking painting tips and questions, but even people on one-to-one basis, or friends that I deal with here in Minnesota that, you know, I go racing with RC stuff, whatever. Two big questions that are always that. It's usually air compressor settings, what needles, and then on, you know, your prep work and tape work. And the prep work and tape work is so important for a quality paint job. So I'll touch more on that later. Especially, I've got 3 bodies prepped, ready to go, and we're gonna start off with the Black Widow, the regular conventional airbrush style, and we're going to start with those. We are going to be using the Createx paint. I used Createx paint for my RC bodies, and we're going to start with that, and we're going to get that video out hopefully soon. But for right now, if you want a great video on the trigger style Black Widow, go over to One Team Garage. Check out the video he just put out today. You will not be disappointed with the detail information you're going to get on that airbrush. Very well worth the money. Just like the galleries are a very budgeted, well worth the money as well. It's just nice that Spectrum's done that, because now people that don't want to do mail order or anything like that can get that brush from Harbor Freight. I don't know of any brick or mortar store, and this may be me speaking out of line, that carry the galleries. I don't know any of that, and there's some people that don't like to order online, and I understand that too. So there you go. You have another option. That is the whole reason why I wanted to discuss the Spectrum line of stuff. I use that stuff in my one-to-one guns, and they're phenomenal. So with that being said, I've already rambled on for another 17 minutes. My God, am I getting to be like Mikey over at the Scale Model Outlaw? Oh my God. Anyhow, I'm gonna go. We're going to do 2 thumbs up. Mike only gives you 1. See, he's ripping you off. He only gives you 1. I'm going to give you 2. And I'm sorry, Mike. Mike knows I'm messing with him. Mike's a great dude. We talk quite a bit all the time. So he'll get this. He's going to love it. He's probably laughing his butt off right now. Like he says, go down there, hit the like button, give me a sub. It's free. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Leave a comment. That's awesome. Go check out Mikey's channel as well. Especially Mikey gives his people the hookup, especially with scale finishes and stuff like that. Get involved with his group build. His group build is going to be awesome. I got to do my video on my short track group build. Go over there and check that out. Mikey and the Blue Ox Model Shop, Jason Hascom, are doing the short track group build out. Get over there, check that out. Have a great Saturday. I got a jet. I'm already late. So talk to you all later.